we come register ourselves to come to Aarohi. So
How
if
do you
me and
come
my
to
daughter,
Aarohi?
yes, is there any
Yes.
process or procedure for that? Then we would like to experience
Yeah,
it firsthand.
sure. So we have so that there are two things. One is um, one the main way of experiencing is to come and stay as a family for a week, right? We call it stay visit or trial visit, whatever you want to call it, but be part of the community for a week. So you are not an outsider for that 1 week. You come in, and from the moment you enter the gate, you are part of the whole community, and you are experiencing it by being, by doing, by being an open learner. And not just the child, again, everybody who enters the gate is an open learner by definition, right? So you come in, you do work, you do what you like doing, you decide what you like doing, and so on and so forth. So I will paste the link of the website there. There is, it is already mentioned which all weeks are available. You register for those weeks. And yep, you come and stay. There could be other families who would also be visiting in that week. If there are other families, great. Otherwise, we are all anyway there. Yeah. So that's the whole idea. It's very, again, very informal, but focused on being together and living together. So we all live together in the campus. Uh, yeah, so once you register, my teammate Leela would also take you through a small orientation so that you know what to expect in that 1 week. Uh, and yes, more maybe Ruchika has been here multiple times, Pranav and all. They, if they want to share anything, they can share. Yeah, but that to me is the best way. More let's say what Ruchika and others have to say.
No, I think the technical part of entering Aarohi, Pratnesh has shared very well. As he said it, when you enter the Aarohi gate, you are the part of the Aarohi family. You just open it and you enter it. And you know, there is a very beautiful thing written on the gate, which I'm not going to tell you now. If you'll go, you will read it, and that itself will change so much in you, so much in you. And as Ratnesh said it very well, and we all, you know, most of our all our Arohi family parents, we don't call ourselves parents. We are also open learners. We are also complete open learners. So Arohi is not just about a kid; it's about a family. It's a completely about family where we rediscover ourselves in many ways. Never know so many talents hidden in us ourselves somewhere. So Arohi gives us that platform to dig in and find out.
Yeah. Yeah, and also with respect to co-varsity and the older age group, meaning every family is also the parents become the guides for this youth, these group of or the cohort of youth. So the way it works is, if your child is part of cohort, obviously you are by default guide to your child, but you will also be a guide to another child, and that guide would be like on a day-to-day basis be in touch with you even though you might be in any city or whatever. So that's how the whole group becomes one larger group. So one is the cohort group, and then there are all the other parents and friends and all supporting the whole thing, not just supporting by helping but also by kicking you. Hey, what are you up to? Why are you not doing what you said you would be doing, and so on. So that's the fun part of it. Yeah, I
Thank you,
put the
Ruchika and Ratnesh.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
I just
link
clicked into the
also.
link.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
One last question adding up into it. So it's not like the when we are meeting, we get to meet the other adults there because they might
Sorry,
have their. So it's
your
not like
voice.
when we are registering. Am I
Mm-hmm.
audible now?
Yeah,
Am I
yeah,
audible now?
yeah.
Okay. So it's not like when we are registering, we might get to immediately meet the other adolescents in the community. So if I'm right.
Yeah, when you come here for the stay, whoever is here, you would meet. The only thing we can't predict is who is here in that week. That depends on what each one is up to. But you would meet whoever is here. Not just meet, you
Got
would
it.
work with, interact. Yeah. So all ages you will interact with, and any parents, whoever is here. Yeah.
Perfect. Makes sense. Thank you so much.
And in any case, if your daughter wants to also one-to-one interact with, just I'm saying before the visit also, if she wants to interact with some of the other youth, so I can help her So then she can talk to those other youth by over phone and things like that. So because especially at this age, they want to one-to-one talk to their age people rather than talking to
Exactly. The
oldies
peers
like
are
us.
mandate. Now, for me to
Absolutely.
bring her in, I need peers. That's the
Absolutely.
reason I'm asking the
That is
question.
why the co-versity, right? Their
Yes.
cohort is very important. Absolutely.
Yes. Very important. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll jump off the meeting for another meeting with the schedule.
Sure,
But
sure,
I'll
sure.
get in touch as soon as possible. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we can carry on with more questions, thoughts.
Ratnesh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So two different questions for two different people. So one is my sister's daughter actually. So she is actually doing her 11th standard right. She has always done traditional schooling, and right now she is in that phase of life where she is not very clear about what she wants to do. Days she says that, hey, I want to be a chef. Sometimes she says, I want to be a psychiatrist. And then usual family pressure, what happens is, her parents want her to become a doctor. All of that stuff is going on, and
Sure.
but from my end, I really want her to get exposure to something like what you are saying, right? Where she can actually explore by herself what she's good at, if she can actually make a profession out of it, right? Because at this age, a lot of things look glamorous, but then,
True.
you don't really have the realism or the exposure to it to know whether I can make a profession of it or really go deep and whether I like it or not and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that is one thing which I wanted to understand as to how, I can get involved. I am thinking that maybe if I can come and stay a week there with her, then maybe it might help her a bit in getting a bit more perspective.
Yeah.
Would you like to add something there? That is one question. My other question is that my own daughter, she is 5 right now, and right now I am actually exploring what type of education will be right for her. Because when I went through the traditional education system myself, I know the kind of futility of it. It doesn't make any sense. So I am not too inclined to take her through the same journey. So what can I do for her? How can I get started, or what would you suggest?
Sure. So for your sister's daughter, you said, right? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for your sister's daughter, I would the first thing I would suggest is, and I can obviously send to you on WhatsApp. Send her a little information. Let her look up both the parents and she can look up a little about Coversity and a little about how we work. And also we meet every Wednesday. So Wednesday is specific for Coversity for youth and their parents. So that's an orientation. It's half an hour, 33 minutes, we say, a kind of a little orientation that happens. So she can join that coming Wednesday. Incidentally, the link will be the same that what you use today. The Zoom link will be the same. So you can also join that. That's at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, every Wednesday. So she will get, she and her parents, and you will also get a more deeper idea about Coversity. And then if if the family wants to visit for a week with you, most welcome. Either she comes with you or the parents also, one of the parents, if they want to come, just to explore. There is nothing to commit at this stage, but staying a week is amazing. And in continuation of that, the second for the second part for your 5-year-old child, please come and stay. Then you only get the idea of what we are talking about. In 1 week, you get a good idea, and then you can see whether you want to take it forward, how you want to take it forward, because then you get to see a totally not a different kind, but I would say totally a child-based, child-led kind of learning.
Understood. Okay. Thank you so much. I also actually need to drop off. Um, I need to pick up my daughter from dance
Sure,
class.
sure, sure, sure. If you want, you
Yeah.
can just, if you're already on WhatsApp with me, you can, that's okay. You can ping me on WhatsApp. Otherwise, if you can put down your number, then I will send you the details about the orientation. You can either do a direct chat to me, and I'm also, uh, putting Aarohi's WhatsApp number if you don't have it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I just put my number as well.
Sure, sure.
But I will put a hi to this number. Would that be fine?
Yes, that should be sufficient. Yes, yes. Okay, super.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nish. Looking forward.
Yes.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
let's continue. Hi, Sandhya.
Sir, my son studying in fifth standard. So in school, they have systematic education, like according to the subjects they will teach, like
Mhm.
Kannada, Hindi, languages along with science, maths, social. So they
Yeah,
have their own systematic learning, like
sure.
according to the academics. So
Yeah.
how will be the studies and learning in Aarohi? Because he's still like he can't make the decision what he wants to do in the future. So how can he opt for what he likes, what he wants to do in the future? So what he's going to study or learn in the Aarohi?
Okay. Pranav, you want to answer that?
I'll try. So the point here of open learning is you discover what you want to do, and that probably requires time. Like each one of us have taken time in knowing what we want to do, and that also keeps changing. Today I would want to do something, and tomorrow I would want to move to something else. So it's not about being stuck to something or like that, and it's not necessarily subject wise. So we don't live subject wise. We live the way we live, right? We eat, we listen to music, we dance, we probably fly kites or whatever, drive. So there could be like various elements of various subjects involved in our day-to-day life, but we don't live life like that, right? So basically the idea is the child will explore what the child wants to do. For that the child needs that time, and once that the child is out of from that clutter of going through that rigorous timetable, or timetable devised by someone else, rather the child will gradually, like our daughter is now 11 years old, and when we went into this journey she was 7. So the gradually now she has her own timetable, and where she does multiple things. She does her cooking. There are various interests that she has: cooking. She has malkham. She loves art. She likes to at times even discuss about maths or many other things. As a family, we talk and discuss. So there she keeps exploring. Today she does cooking. Right now she's making pizza. So yeah, so that's how the day goes. So gradually the child will definitely find his or her passion, and it's not about being stuck to one passion, and they'll come to know about what they want to do. So for that you have to be like off, like even for me as a person, if I have to uh, do something which I want to do, first I have to be out of that that crowded space, where the mind is rather crowded, more crowded. It's not the space rather. So gradually I would say you have to devote, allow that time. So you do not be in the haste. Okay, mera child ko I doesn't know what to do, and how will he learn? The child will learn. Life will throw things, and child will learn. So that's not a problem. Yeah, that's what I would say. And like my daughter has moved from music, like she learned guitar at some point in time. She wanted to do. She's practicing her vocals also. So she's doing many things. So she's exploring various things. Many of the open learners, they explore various things. Some open learners, they stick to few, very few things like say electronics, or some are good interested in playing chess. Like Ruchika's daughter, I know she loves playing chess. So there are many children who find their liking, and then they focus in it. And once they get into one particular type of domain, it's about to know how to learn. So once you know how to learn, you can learn anything. So that's how it works. So yeah, that's it. I think it was too
Ruchika,
long
you want to
answer.
add?
Yeah, I just want to add, Pranav has said everything. I just want to add one thing from our life experience also in open learning. It's been 3 years now. My daughter is 11. So she has found her passion into chess, and you won't believe it. She's structured her day in such a manner that where she's giving at least 2 hours to 3 hours to chess practice because she has a tournament round the corner. And she said, I'm not doing anything else, I'm just doing this only. So they find their own interest. It just we have to give them time and they'll find, and then they are into it. And I also, want to add one thing, academics. Academics happens in our life, at least I think Pranav will definitely agree to this. In our life, academics happens accidentally. They are not planned. It just happened. Oh, something happened. So she is like, if she now, and she is now understanding how to create a business out of a jewelry. She is learning what is MRP, what is profit, how to calculate the cost. So isn't it a basic mathematics what she's understanding? And she knows when she was having a discussion with one of her parent in the community only, in the Aarohi community, since we have a beautiful community, each one can learn from anyone. There's no age bar of it. So when that person asked her, okay, what do you think? What will go in the costing? So the first response was, my effort is also has to be costed. So isn't it they're understanding this, and this is all their journey because they are understanding. Ultimately, I have to find out something and I have to earn something, and they'll find out. So academic, math, science, anything, it's an accidental thing. It happens through their passion, whatever they want to do it. From there, they find out their ways to find the answers.
I will just add one example. Ruchika, are you done?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just yesterday I just add from science perspective, you say science. So yesterday my daughter was making Manchurian, and for before making Manchurian, you need to make that Manchurian the balls. So she was frying it and she was making it, and somehow under the Manchurian balls were like kacha. It was not properly, fried. It was kind of kacha from inside, and she realized, okay, because of the water in the cabbage, which I didn't drain out by soaking it out, that could have had the effect on that atta inside, and that's why the Manchurian ball didn't fry properly. It was hard on the outside but soft in the inside. Yeah? So this is basic understanding, basic science. That's what you need. Like, you don't necessarily always need to know about your chlorophyll or such kind of things, terminology. But the things that you need to learn, you will learn.
Yeah, we can just continue the conversation if you have more questions, more thoughts, if you have like exclamations, not just Sandhya, anybody
I have a
else.
question,
Yeah.
Ratnesh.
Yes, please.
This is Tasneem from Mumbai, Navi
Yes,
Mumbai.
Tasneem. Yes, Tasneem.
And I have my daughters, like they are 6 and 3 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to start this open learning, I'm not sure from where to begin actually. So right now she's in grade 1 and my little one is still not in school. She's just 3 years. So I want to know like how should I start open learning? I love the concept. My husband also is into this, like homeschooling and open learning. Homeschooling is still different, but open learning is too open. So I don't know from where to begin actually.
Okay. So I guess everybody starts in their own way. So I'm just inviting if Ruchika wants to share how they started, if Pranav wants to share how they started.
Where you start is you start at your home first. So it's basically you start where you live, and uh, and gradually as a family you discuss. So if you as a family, say you, your husband, your daughter or children, whoever it is, you sit together, you decide, you feel at this time, you may feel like initially we also felt academic subjects, this in a year everything fizzled out. It all went diluted, and like gradually we realized that those academic subject wise doing is not necessary. Initially we also took those books of CBSE and XYZ books, and we were trying to do it that way, but gradually we realize it's not probably required. So it's a realization and the understanding that you will go through as a family, and then you will choose what you want to do. So there is no fixed formula or method to this. Each family will have their own way of doing it, and each child, for like say 3-year-old, 6-year-old, would have a different journey. And this journey is not about the child only, it's about as a family. What we cherish the most in this is the being together as a family. That's what I love about this whole thing, uh, this open learning space. So that's how you do it basically. So there is no definite spot on answer to your question in a way.
Okay, so I get that, but how much time do we have to commit for this? Because my husband is really busy with, a lot of work and working in the nights and everything. So how much time do we have to give if we are taking this journey up?
How much time,
Yeah.
if the child requires your time, probably the child will ask. If you need your child's time, you'll ask your child, or you need your husband's time, you'll ask your husband. So again, it's a time that you each need for each other. Most of the time, you'll realize gradually your child will be independent. They will not need your time. It is we who assume that we have to teach something, we have to expose them to something. That is our concern, our bother, our worries that take over, and that's where we get into this कि हमारे को इतना time देना पड़ेगा. But honestly, you don't need to. Today my daughter is like, again I give an example of my daughter. Since last 2 3 years, it's not necessary that I have to spend time with her. Only as and when she needs something, she'll come to me. As and when we want to do something together, we spend time together. That's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Something similar what Pranav said, yes, for my child also now I've started realizing, like after couple of months or maybe a year and now I feel, she doesn't need me anymore. She's planning her day. She has that I have a stuff to do. Actually, we have to sometimes take an appointment, kind of just the joking part of it. We have to take an appointment from her. Dhwani, when can we come together to discuss this as a family? So she said, okay, this time I'm free, this dinner time. So, that is a time as a family when we get together and we try to, like, we discuss with each other, we listen what she's doing. So whenever she needs us, whenever she wants something, she'll come. She knows when to call Papa, when to call Mama, when to talk to Mama, when is the family thing I need to discuss. So that slot is there. So it also, as Pranav said it very right, that we have this in mind that we need to do this. We need to teach them. It's not about that. Why not we create something together as a family and bring the things up? You are doing your stuff. Your child is doing his or her stuff. So that's how this whole thing comes. So there is no starting point to it. Okay, today this is how I'm going to start. Just start. It's like that. It just works in that way.
Yeah,
And
if
you'll
you
find your own ways in that. Yeah, that's it.
Tasneem, if you allow me to little joke around, I would say it's like when you're getting married, you don't ask, oh, now I'm getting married. How much time will I need to give to my hubby or to my spouse, to my wife? You don't say that, right? You kind of discover the partnership. So the whole relationship between the parent and the child becomes one of partnership or co-passenger, as I like to call it, rather than it being about that I am some Gyani and the child has to be now fed my Gyan. Right? It ceases to be that because we are, as much as I could be learning from my child or any child, the child could be learning from me. Plus, the child would be learning a whole lot of or doing a whole lot of things on his or her own, and I would be doing a whole lot of things his or her own. So there's a time that we spend together, and there's a time that we do our bits, or we could be doing with other people. So all of that is a dynamic thing which changes from day to day, week to week, month to month. But at the core of all open learning is what we call as co-creation. And finally, every day or every week, we all sit together and we say, okay, we are in this journey together. Let's co-create our journey together. So I would share what I am planning to do, and the child would share his or her inputs for me, and the child would share, this is what I'm planning to do, and I could share my inputs, and we would support each other. We could help each other, just like being together on a same journey. So yeah, that's so, which is why the starting is very simple. You just start off, and every day is a journey, and it will evolve in its own way. There's no standard way of doing it, uh, and each family, each child and parent group will do it very differently. I don't know if
Okay.
that kind of helped you
So
get some idea.
Yeah, so I would also like to understand how does a day look for a child who's into this open learning?
Busy.
Busy.
Busy doing what they want to do.
Both busy doing what they want to do and designed by them only.
So it's not
Okay.
like it is unstructured. In fact, it's fairly structured because but the individual is structuring it. Just like me and you maybe are structuring our days, right? We don't have
Correct.
anybody else telling us, okay, you have to do this, this, this. We are structuring our day, our week, our month, our year. In the same way, the child is structuring. As I said, but the child is not alone and I'm not alone. We all are together structuring and taking inputs from each other.
Okay.
In fact, let me throw in a little angle that invariably, because you start enjoying it so much, you would end up spend a lot of time with the child, and the child may end up spending a lot of time with you. But that's not because it's a requirement. That's because it's a joy. And I think nothing better than family people spending time together doing stuff. You could be playing board games till 3 o'clock in the night. Who knows? Because there's no bus to catch tomorrow morning. So, so it gives you that space to travel, space to do something in the way you as a family want to do it. I know about Pranav and Preeti travel a lot. They go on road trips and uh, unplanned road trips where they will go in all kinds of places, discovering all kinds of things. So that is the beauty of it, because it just gives you the whole 24 hours for yourself or the whole month for yourself. So you can plan it accordingly as a family.
Okay. Thanks, Ratnesh.
Yeah. Yeah, more thoughts, more questions. Some people have joined in a little later. I can see Trupti here. There's somebody's logged in as iPhone. If you can preferably change your name to the actual name. So we can, this is very informal. You can ask a question, share your experience or your thoughts. We can just, yeah, it is totally up to you how you want to use this meetup. So please feel free. You can type in chat. You can come on mic. You can come on video. So we also get a visual connect. Anything, Shashidhar, Sandhya, you want to ask more?
Hi, sir. Actually, one of the question I would like to ask is, um, if the student joins there, right? Is it a complete residential kind of schooling and homeschooling? Yeah, homeschooling. And how about the fee structure and all, sir? Actually,
Okay. So first of all, it is not schooling, right? So we have to keep schooling aside. Once you are into open learning, the first thing you have to realize that as a family, you are going to do open learning. Yeah, it's no more just that, okay, see, in a schooling, you send the child to school, now the schooling takes care of everything, or the school takes care of everything. But in open learning, it is not the child who is becoming part of open learning, it's the family. So the first campus or the first learning space that is available to the child is the home, not just to the child, all of you. So first you have to visualize that would we love to see our home become a beautiful learning space for all of us, where we are doing different things, learning different things. So that's the first thing. Now, if you have visualized that or thought of that, then the next step would be that can we also connect with the community? Let's say go to the campus, be at the campus. So at the campus also, the child can come alone, the child can come with the parent, parent can come with the child, parent can come alone. Anybody can be part of the, let's say, the community at the campus. When you are here, the still whoever is here, whether it's you or the child or both, you all do what you feel like doing, just that the family is now bigger. So at home, it was, let's say, 3 people or 4 people. At campus, it's, let's say, 20 people or 10 people. So, or 30, 40 people. So depending on how many people are there in that particular day or week. So if you can imagine that way, now there are 20 people together or 30 people together, and everybody is doing what they like doing. Plus, people are making their own groups and doing things together. Somebody is flying kites, so another person is saying, hey, I also want to join you. So 3 of them are doing kites. Somebody is doing something else. Like right now, I'm in campus and there is a team making momos. So it's not just Pranav's daughter is cooking in Mumbai, and here is a team of 3 children who are cooking, who are making momos on a Saturday evening. So like that, it happens. One child comes up with the idea of momos, other 2 get attracted, then they watch videos, download recipes, and so on and so forth. So it's very individual driven, or rather the group driven, and they learn what they want to learn. So it's not in that sense a schooling. It's not that you go to a 6th standard, you stop going to any standard, you go to your own standard, as in what you want to do. And that is what you keep doing, whether you are at the campus or whether you are at home or whether you are traveling. So we say your home is a campus, Aarohi's campus is a campus. If you go to Pranav's house, that becomes a campus. If you go to Kashmir becomes a campus. I don't know if that answered your question, but I'm just trying to give you the picture of how it happens.
No. My question is very, specific. Whether I can leave my son there in that campus, let him being alone, because I have a job to take care. I cannot be, with him, right?
Yeah.
I
So,
wanted to
okay, if
understand
you
that
want to know
aspect.
specific to that, yes, if the see again, it's not about you can leave the child. First of all, the child should want to be here and should be comfortable being alone here, isn't it? It's not about us, it's not about you, it's about the child. So everything starts with the individual. In your case, your son. He should say, I want to stay here. If you want to go, you go do your work. So it is up to him
Okay,
to say.
but actually, yeah, I wanted to go in depth more. Okay, yes, he is going to be stay there. But how about the the food for him, and as well as somebody to take care of him, that kind of aspect.
Yeah,
If I
so
leave him alone, right?
it's a larger family. If you get that part, then you will understand it. At your home, who takes care of his food?
Yeah, obviously my wife will take care.
Okay, no, not necessarily. If you have a larger family, let's say if you had a joint family, your brother's family, sister's family, let's say there were 15 people in your family, who would take care of his food needs? The whole family, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
correct.
even he would participate maybe for doing some errands or maybe cooking something, maybe cutting something and so on. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just imagine it to be the same way here. It's a larger, okay, maybe we are not relatives as in terms of blood relatives, but we are all together, and obviously food is taken care. Everything is taken care not by one person, but all of us together. We all clean toilets. We all take part in taking care of the kitchen. We all take part in doing everything together, actually. And that is the beauty of it. That is why I'm
Okay.
inviting you to come and stay here for a week. Then you will experience how
Yeah.
everybody is part of everything, right? And it is not
Sure,
just that
sure.
one person has to take part. Yes, some people will say, I'm taking this responsibility for this week. Somebody will say, I will take this responsibility for a month. Like, for example, in our Aarohi trust, every organization, like we are a trust, so we need an accountant, isn't it? To keep accounts of the trust for the whole year. So our accountant is an 11-year-old. Can you believe that?
Got it. Yeah.
So an 11-year-old this year is taking care of the accounts for the whole year. He's the one who is maintaining the book of accounts. He's the one who's doing all the entries, raising all the vouchers, doing everything. So he has taken up
Okay,
that
sir.
responsibility for a year, not even for a few weeks, but for a year. So he's the accountant. So like that,
Okay.
different people could take up responsibilities, different. It could be for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year, however each one wants to operate. But we all
Okay.
work
Suppose
as
if he
one community.
okay. The another question is, suppose he wants to stay there, and he want to appear for board exams, right?
If
how it
he
would be,
wants.
sir,
Yeah,
actually?
so the good question that you ask is if he wants to. Well,
Yeah,
if he
yeah, if you
wants to
want
do
to.
it, he will figure out how he wants to do it. Does he need help? For what he needs help? Does he not need help? What resources he needs? He will figure it out. Then me and you don't have to think, na? Isn't it?
Yeah, but you should be, yeah, I know, but you should be, more responsible
That's
to think about.
exactly the whole thing is that when they start leading their life, they start becoming responsible for their life. But the point is, he should want to give 10. If you want to give him to give 10, then he doesn't want to give, then there is a tug of war between you two, which you two have to resolve.
No, sir. Actually, in this practical world, everybody looks for certifications.
No,
Whether you
that
completed.
not true. Everybody is not looking for certification. Whoever
If you
thinks that I
go to
want
any.
certification is looking for certification. My both children, they haven't given any 10, 12. They are adults. They are living their life wonderfully. So it's not everybody. Yes, a lot of people are giving 10, 12, while the government is trying to do away with 10, 12. You see, that's the funny part. But we are stuck with that 10, 12, and we are stuck with degrees. But the government itself says, let's change let's bring in the new education policy. Let's do away with 10th. Let's do away with all of these things. So it's not true that everybody needs to give. If you want to give, if you want to become a pilot, you will need to give, right? A certain qualification for pilot. If you want to become a doctor, yes.
Yeah.
But these kind of professions are hardly about 8 to 10 professions which require a pakka certification. Rest of the things in the world you can do very well without a certificate.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but today, this is how we all become learned,
sure.
right? When we are kids, you have to complete your SSLC, you have to complete your PUC, you
True,
have to
true.
complete your graduation. See, I'm. This is all right. If I am not doing that, then I wouldn't be what I am today. Okay, because I am an engineer and I'm right. I am working in software company.
Sure.
Because without graduation, suppose, sir, if I don't have certifications or if I don't have degree certificates and whatever it is, right? These people not even consider me for the even writing their entrance exam or their,
Not true,
what
not
I am
true.
talking about is my experience.
Yeah. Sure. But I'm telling you, your experience is because you already have the degree, and most of the people around you have the degree, so you think that's the only way. Yeah, I think Pranav wants to add something. No? Okay.
Saying like before there were certificates, before there was degrees, I think somebody built Taj Mahal, or somebody built that fort, or somebody built something else. There are so many bridges still standing, so many temples still there, and we go and watch them. And most of the buildings of today's time are falling apart. So I don't think a degree is what makes the building. It's the skills which makes the building, or the ability of the person. So I think, yeah, I agree with you in a way, but with changing times, things are changing. There was a blip in the whatever period that we lived, but yeah, so probably we can expect a different future.
Yeah, I agree with you, Pranav.
Yeah. So I
What
just
I
want to tell you, Shashi,
these are
that
all.
there are enough
Yeah.
people who do not have a degree or even 10, 12, and they are working in the software field, because you gave the example of software field. Okay, so it is not that it is not possible. Yes, why are most of the people engineers? Because that's how somebody has laid out a track, and now everybody, including me, I also did graduation, post graduation, and then I realized, oh, what a waste it was. But that was much later, right? But I'm saying as Pranav is saying, the times have changed, and that is one route. There is nothing wrong in that route. Somebody wants to do engineering, then get into software. But there are 14, 15, 16 years old nowadays who are doing software work, not just for themselves or not just creating apps and products and solutions or coding and stuff like that, but they are also being part of organizations. So that is the beauty of it. You don't have to wait to finish an engineering to be able to do some work. That's the beauty of today's world.
I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Yeah, I was curious to know that how it would be, without these kind of certifications. I understood. I understood now.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a different perspective. We need to change our perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a different perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah. it will take some time for us to,
Sure. Absolutely. Which is why again I'm inviting you to come over, stay with us as a family,
yeah,
come over. Then when
yes.
you see it, yeah, Navneet, you want to add something?
No, I have another question. So I will.
But you want to respond to Shashidhar's thought?
Um, Mr. Sasi, actually, we have all gone through formal education, and after doing working in software field and other field, I have recently started my own learning center, Miss Open Learning Center in Bangalore. I'm doing homeschooling for my children and as well as a few children who comes from neighborhood. Means degree wise, see, not for everyone. Means for me, degree was limiting me that I can work on certain fields.
Correct.
Get rid of your degrees, I started thinking in all the directions, all the perspective. Then I'm more interested. I was a mechanical engineer. I did mechanical engineering. I was not a mechanical engineer. Uh, I did mechanical engineering, and then I worked for various aerodynamics company, and then now I'm more interested towards mud. And then bamboo craft, and then carpentry. Those kind of things attracts more to me now than rather than some fancy word of designing
Okay.
fighter plane.
Okay.
Means it's just for me. I'm just telling. So
Okay.
maybe our basic nature means for I'm not generalizing for everyone. Means maybe I wanted to connect back to something which is more meaningful, which I can make it my through by my own hands, and I can leave something. Means I can feel, I can means sense it through my senses, not through my intellect. So I think that was more meaningful to me, and this is how actually learning. We also think that learning happens in the same way when you switch off the intellect and then you try to experience everything from the senses and then you go to the intellect. So this is
Yeah.
how we understand. So degree and all, it's all means the later part of that. It individual for individual to decide whether they want to go for degree or not. Because if I go for, suppose I become a bamboo expert, bamboo art expert, nobody will ask for a degree from me, right? My product will go
No,
for all
I
the
completely agree. I respect that actually. What I was, since it is my first session and this is my totally new perspective for me. Okay.
Absolutely.
All I thought was, see, if I wanted, when I come to Bangalore in 2000, if I wouldn't have my degree, I wouldn't be doing nothing here actually. Okay. Because any company, if I go for interview, first thing they will ask for whether you completed your graduation. Okay. And I had to submit my certifications and everything. I want to tell the practicality of today's world. Okay. How it was come, but it is a new perspective. What I wanted to, understand from all of you is a new perspective. It will
Sure,
take
sure.
me some time to, think. And if I put my son here today in front of the world, um, what is required? Is it required skill sets or is required certifications? Okay. And if somebody want to hire him, what basis they will going to hire him, right? Or he no need to hire also, get hired also. He maybe start his own company. Okay. But for that, what is important? What is, those things I'm still looking, sir, because, yeah, this is the reason I wanted to attend this session and understand more perspective. Okay. And yeah, we'll come there, we'll visit there and see.
Just add one line here. So I completely respect your thoughts, Sridhar. So it's again
Yeah.
in open learning, it's not about being on this side or that side. It's about choosing the side that you want to be, and you think about it. What's your need? Like, if I need a certificate, of course I go for a certificate. I go for a college or for a particular degree or particular profession if I need to. So, but if I don't need, why am I doing it? So that's the question there. So it's not about we are against certificate or anybody's against certificate. Tomorrow, if my daughter needs a 10th or a 12th for any of her future thing or whatever, she will go for it. So it's not about it's a mandatory thing, it's a need based thing. So it's just about questioning the whole process of how we are leading our life. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
understood.
that's a very important
And just to
point.
add, just
Yeah,
to
go
add
ahead,
to
go ahead,
that
please.
need thing, so just to add to that need point, what Pranav said, and this need will be defined by them only when they will start discovering, when they will start exploring what they like to do. So they will only find out that, okay, I want to pursue this and this needs a certificate, let me jump into it. And there the entire responsibility will come. If we will design that path for them, then we are designing their need, which they can't even relate to it. So that's why that responsibility also might not come sometimes. So, and I feel it when we just go for certification or degree or something. I know there are fields where you mandatory need a certificate, but yes, things are changing. What you're talking about was 20, 30 years back when we started our career journey, graduation was required, certification was required. Now, so many changes are happening. And once if there is no race for the degree or certificate, more options opens. Lot of things comes in, and then they will define whether they need a certificate or they need a skill.
Yeah, I understood, madam. Yeah. This is a new perspective for me, madam. I just wanted to understand all of your
Sure,
thought
sure.
process.
And Shashidhar and Sandhya, we are here every Saturday. So this meetup is
Okay.
there every Saturday. So the invitation to you is come in whenever, whichever Saturday you feel like
Sure.
breaking your head with us. And we'll have more and more discussions. You ask us all kinds of questions. Please poke question in our thinking. Ask us, demand us examples from us. We can tell you so many stories because there have been so many families and children and youth who have gone through this journey. Uh, so that's the whole idea. There's no hurry to conclude anything absolutely. And every point that you are sharing is equally valid, as Pranav was also saying. So your perspective, your experience is very valuable. And the idea is to, just bring in more and more. So we meet every Saturday. Sometimes we call in guests. Only if it's a festival or a holiday, we take a holiday. Otherwise, we are there every Saturday. The same link, so you can just join in.
Sure. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, sir.
And
This
including
is the right
there
way
are
to
about,
begin.
yeah, sorry, Pranav. Can you share again?
I was just saying this is the right way to begin. This is the right way to begin this journey, because this is how each one of us have started our journey. Interacting with more families, talking to more families, and asking our doubts, our inhibitions, our worries, whatever the fears that we had. So we also had such similar doubts. But gradually, over a period of time, things have kind of changed for us. So hopefully, it probably works for you. It probably may not work for you. It's all right.
Yeah. I think that's
Sure,
also
sir.
an
I
important
got it.
point. Not everybody, open learning is not a route for everybody. Whoever feels like wants to explore can do that. And as Pranav pointed out, you can also explore it for, let's say, a year, 2 years. And if you feel, no, this is not working out for me, or the child says, no, I want to go back to school or go back to college, at any point you can switch back and go back. So there are so many such stories also. I can share examples of children who have at different ages switched back to conventional, then come back, or stayed there in the convention, or much later come back. All kinds of permutation combinations are there. It all depends on the family and what the child is also thinking at that moment. That is why we call it open. We are open to all possible choices. We are not
Sure.
keeping aside anything saying this is not good. We are saying everything is good, including opening up more and more possibilities just by exploring it.
I got it, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Navneet, you wanted to share something.
Yeah, Ratnesh, I have one um, situation actually. Today in my campus, our learning center, we are having one workshop, mud block, cow wall we're making for chicken
Okay.
barn.
Okay.
In the process, what happened? My son, we wanted to
ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಯಾರು
feed
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
cooked rice to cooked rice to the chicken, all the chicken there. In between, my son actually, he most of time he spends time there, almost 10 hours in a day. he wanted to feed alone, but there were 12 other kids who were in the queue. So he could not wait for his turn, or he wanted to feed them more. When I did not allow that, he went outside, and in the bamboo house, my jacket was there. He threw it at the ground and then stamped over it, and then threw it in the. He was not satisfied with that also. Then he took it to sand area, put it in the sand. I was thinking, how to draw that line, whether it's a free child or some udanta. Means he has a license to do anything he wants. Means I'm thinking that do I have to? I mean, I don't see that I have to do something extraordinary now. But how to draw that line, that whether he is not going towards that license, or free doesn't mean that you have the license to do whatever you want to do. It's a subtle thing, but
But before we get into talking about him, I want to know, is Navneet happy that this is happening? Is he overjoyed? Is he dancing with glee that, wow, this is happening?
Means in one way that he is not conformist.
No,
that
I'm
he is
talking
not
about
conformist.
Navneet. I'm not talking about your son. I'm asking, is
No, no,
Navneet
no,
happy
that
that
is
this is happening in Navneet's life and his son's life?
no, no.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Why are you happy?
Yeah. I'm happy that I got an opportunity to. I have something in my hand now that I have
Ah.
to something.
And are you happy for your son? Are you dancing? Is your mind dancing or your heart dancing for your son? Wow, he's going through this.
Somewhat yes, but somewhat no also.
So you got my answer, right? Isn't it beautiful that this is happening? Because this is the curriculum of life. Frustrations, irritations, anger is curriculum of life. Who lives without these? Only dead people live without these. Anybody alive who lives without anger, frustration, disappointment, misbehavior? Anybody? You show me anybody alive.
Yeah, no one.
Right? So this is the curriculum of life. So you should be happy. My child is alive. I am alive. We are having masala in our life, spice in our life.
Okay, yeah. I got my answer.
That is, see, that is why I'm saying it this way is because somewhere especially our conventional education tends to say these are the academic main subjects of life. I say, hello, emotions, that is the main subject of life. That is something which I will have to deal with throughout my life. I may not need geography, history, whatever, maths, but I would need emotions on a daily basis. That should be the core academic subject of education, isn't it? And we don't need textbooks for that. It is live happening with us. But nobody gives it importance. Then we talk about stress management when we are in corporates, or we talk about, all kinds of courses, and, we talk about, going for meditation or going for vipassana. All of those are amazing things. I'm not trying to poke at them. I'm just saying they are looked at as a solution to a problem. Why? There is no problem. That is life, isn't it? And if we start that early on to understand that, then that is so much more beautiful.
Yes.
So you should be happy, celebrate, distribute sweets that we are having a lovely learning opportunity today. The mud construction was not the learning opportunity. The emotions was the real learning opportunity. I don't know what other people in this call must be thinking. Where have we come? So Navneet, I haven't really answered your question because I don't think we need to answer. That's something that needs to be co-created between all the people of your group or community or family or larger extended family with all the community members that are there as part of your learning space.
Yeah, true. That is what we discussed when I was there in Aarohi. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, more thoughts. We have about 10 more minutes. So if there are any more questions or thoughts, any information that you need, our website usually has all the information. Yeah, go ahead. Please ask. Sandhya Shashidhar, you wanted to ask something or share something?
No, sir, we are good. I will take some time to digest what I understood.
Absolutely. You can just call me
Yeah,
Ratnesh,
today,
sir and all that is not required. Just
yeah,
Ratnesh is
because it's kind of orthogonal for me. What we come up throughout is a very, systematic education program. Okay. So with certifications, see, these are the, I know it's, it's a totally different thought process, but what you say, in the end, right? As I mentioned you, if I wouldn't having, this kind of certification when I come to Bangalore, I wouldn't be what I am today. Okay.
Yeah,
This formal education, right? So how it would be for my son? Okay. How when what stage he can be saying that, okay, whether he's on his own, whether he's capable of, you know, what to say, go and face this world, right? Whether can, if you want to take up the challenging jobs, not only entrepreneurship, because everybody is not successful in the entrepreneurship. Okay, maybe entrepreneurship should be sometimes in the passion and sometimes in the genes. It doesn't mean that I born to work for salary. It is not, but the system has made me like that. Okay, because I had to complete all this graduation, many things, and then I get into the company which gives me a salary so I can take care of my family, everything, right? So that's the thought process we had come so far, and I need a time to digest,
absolutely.
see and understand this actually, right? I understood from Pranam and everybody, okay, but I need a time to digest, think through.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. We say go slow, no hurry.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, we'll discuss. Me and Sandhya will discuss, and see, we'll take next steps. Only thing is the fee structure. Suppose if I want to admit him, what will be the fee structure and those things?
Before that, I just want to say one thing. I'm very
Yeah, go
happy
ahead.
that you just said that the system has made me like this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so it's very interesting that you yourself said that the system has made you like that. So
yeah, correct. Yeah,
uh, so there's a
because of
deep
course,
meaning to
yeah,
it. So we have to discover that.
yeah. When my father told me you had to get graduate and get into job, take salary, and take care of your family. Okay, this is what it's tuned in my mind since from my childhood. That's what I did it. Okay, if I wouldn't taking that path, I don't know what I would be today. But since I have taken my this path, what my father told me, that is what I am today. Okay, if I wouldn't be taking that path, I don't know what I would be. I didn't explore that. Yeah, but today I learned a lot of things from Ratnesh and Prana and everybody. There will be other things also can be done without this kind of systematic graduation. That me and my wife will discuss and see what kind of my son would be, in future, or what he want to be, right? Yeah, it takes some time for me to digest this actually, but I appreciate all of you because you take the brave steps. If you are already part of this Arohi, I want to learn from you guys, okay, and understand from you guys. Okay, what made you, to take this path and those things. Okay, that will be new learning for me.
Sure.
Sridhar, can I just share one fact, like what you say, data? There are 80% of engineers in India who are unemployable, and 48% of engineers who are not. I'm just Googling it right now. Just I was just kind of wondering. So 48% of engineers who are like not employed. So I'm not saying it's for or against anything. I'm just sharing the data with you.
No, Pranav, I agree with you. Everybody is not the same people like who have got so much good facility. See, for example, the people who studied in Bangalore, okay, the good colleges, great colleges in Bangalore, got a campus interview and many things. But the people who they studied remote engineering colleges, they have to come and explore. But you know that the challenging situation, where the macroeconomic situation what we are in, everybody may not be getting the job, right? And or they may not be have competitive knowledge or skill sets. Okay, yeah, because of as my father told me to do engineering, maybe all their parents would have told them to do engineering. Okay, they would have just did engineering for the sake of graduation. But what matters how they are converting that engineering graduation into the jobs. That's all depends upon the external factors. That depends upon the situations. That depends upon the many factors, Pranav.
The
But
keyword you use was a skill set that you yourself use right now, probably
yeah,
unknowingly.
of course. Yeah, even myself, when I come to Bangalore, I didn't get a job immediately. I went to, training classes, Uttara. I learned C, Unix, C++, everything. Okay, because it was never taught in engineering. Okay, I went to that and got the skills. My engineering graduation plus those skill sets helped me to get a job. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. I don't know what is right or what is wrong or what is need to be done. I need some time to think through this. Okay, I'm not saying that this is right, this is wrong. No, we need to see what can the best decision we can take to our son.
More importantly, it should be your son's decision. So it's not about we taking decision. It's about your son deciding his or her future goals. Like
I don't think so. He's in that situation to take a decision for his life at this point because it's just 11 years. I mean, 10 years. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't give him such a freedom or what I say, as Ratnesh said, responsibility. Those things because we put him in the systematic schooling. Um, we need to spend more time with him and understand those things actually. Okay, we maybe as we join multiple sessions, okay, and understand more detail.
Sure, sir. Sure,
okay.
Yeah. Please take your time. No hurry for anything. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else? Any other thought, question? Or if everybody is good for now, we can close for today. It's almost 6:30. It's just 5 more minutes. Okay, so maybe we can take a pause now and we'll be there next Saturday for more discussions. And yep, you're most welcome to join in. Same link, so you don't have to really bother about the link again. Just join in if you feel like joining. Yeah. So we have the next Saturday one meetup, but we don't have it on 30th because of the New Year Eve and all that. So we are not having it on the 30th Saturday, and then we'll be back on 6th January. So, but we are there next Saturday. Yeah. Thank you and bye-bye and have a nice weekend. And if you need any information, we are there on WhatsApp. You can connect with me and I can help you out. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ratnesh. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.